All right, so we're not going to take long in this video at all. I just wanted to share a bit of my testimony of how I was homeless and ended up getting funded well over $100,000. But for the sake of this video and for the sake of where I'm at in my trading journey, what I'm actively trading, it's 100,000 right now. And so one of the things that I just wanted to give in this video was just a quick encouragement. A lot of people, who have come across my content, they've seen it, they've seen my live trades, they've seen my free strategies. Some have even joined my Discord. We got 150 members in there. But a lot of you guys don't really know kind of my journey through this thing. And so if you guys don't know, my name is Kalen Trades. And one of the things that I do that I mentioned to my Discord group last night, our VIP, was that somebody asked, when do you feel like you'll get to a place where you could be considered a full-time trader? And it was tricky for me because trading is not really the only thing that I do. I'm also a signed Christian rap and R&B artist, and so I grew up in ministry, and so that leads right into the story of how we became homeless, just me and my parents and my little cousins. And so we ended up moving from Maryland to Virginia, and directly after I graduated from high school. And when we moved out here, a whole bunch of things fell through. We moved out here so my parents could start a church. And so once that happened, we moved out here, things fell through. We had no place to stay. It was one of the scariest moments of my entire life. Cause I grew up in stable, a stable income with my parents. Like they had money, they did ministry, they were walking in purpose. There was one point in our lives where we had like a 5-bedroom house in Maryland and all that stuff. And, we moved out here and everything crashed. And, we had to stay in hotels and borrow money, like dirty hotels. Like I'm talking about the hotels where like you walk on the ground and your feet is black because it's dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like that. And I remember I was thinking like, man, how in the heck are we gonna get out of this situation? And that was the moment where I prayed. It was the first time that I had a really, really bold prayer. And I said, God, if you get us out of this situation, I'm gonna lock in with you for life. And I was 18 at the time. And directly after that, he got us out of the situation. It was probably a couple weeks later. Found a place to stay, had a home, and I have been doing ministry ever since. And so, fast forward 10 years later, I'm up and down financially. And so now I have this financial trauma. And I'm like, yo, how the heck am I gonna avoid ever becoming homeless? Like, I want to get married. I want to be able to have kids one day. I didn't go to college. How the heck am I gonna provide for my family with stability? And even though my music has started popping off a little bit, like it ain't a lot of money in music. And so I had came across trading probably in 2022, right before my oldest daughter was born, and I had jumped directly into, I think it was forex.com. And I put like $100 in there, and of course blew it. And then I was like, man, I need more capital. And then I realized that you could actually over leverage, and like you could have a 500, I think, to one leverage or something like that. And it was Hangle trade. I was like, all right, bet. I'm put 200 in here, and I'm gonna just press any button. I'm gonna try to get to 1,000. And that happened for years. I even, I invited God into my journey, and so I felt like God said, "Don't get no courses, don't get no mentors right now. Just learn for free on YouTube." That was the big thing for me, and it's so crazy. There was one course, it was one mentorship that I felt like God gave me the green light on, and I'm not gonna say the person's name, but the strategy was banging, but the Discord was crazy. It was toxic. It was so much drama. It just wasn't for me. And so what ended up happening is I left the Discord, ended up getting my money back, and and I was back on my own. So I went from trading supply and demand to Fibonacci to smart money concepts to trying to understand ICT, and then it took so long to figure out my strategy. And mind you, like this was all within 2 years. And last year, apart from being homeless, me and my family, my wife and now kids, um, we're in one of the worst financial situations that we could have been in, bro. Like I was going to the pantry every single Thursday to get food for us. God made sure that we had food to eat and was never late on our rent. But apart from that, like we really struggled. And I still pressed in on trading though. Like I still pressed in. Like I didn't give up. I didn't quit. It got really difficult. I was not seeing fruit from it, but something just kept telling me to keep pushing through it. And might be some of y'all watching right now. Like you probably are in a very rough season right now. That's probably why you're trading. That's probably why you're watching this video, for that hope and encouragement. And I'm telling you, as a profitable trader, bro, who's passed well over 10 accounts with proof, I'm telling you, bro, this thing is absolutely possible. And so I remember it was Thanksgiving of last year, bro. It was so crazy. We flew out to Minnesota. That's where my wife's family's from. We flew out to Minnesota, and I had almost passed the challenge, and it was the first time ever. And I was like, wait a minute. And I started connecting the dots. And I felt like God told me, I need you to study liquidity. Remember I said God was in the whole journey. I felt like God said, I need you to study liquidity. And I'm like, God, liquidity is so hard, man. Like, I'm not trying to study liquidity. Like, this is what? Like, what? What are you talking about? Study liquidity? I'm not trying to do that. And after I took a deep dive into liquidity, it literally only took like a week to really understand. But once I started to understand liquidity, bro, it was a wrap. And that's when I was like, okay, let's see what happens. So December hit. And I remember I had almost passed the challenge in November, failed it. December came, got a new challenge. And I remember I told my wife, babe, if I pass this challenge, I need you to print out the certificate and we're going to hang it on the wall somewhere. And that thing is still on my wall. And it was literally 2 days before Christmas where I had passed my challenge with Top Step for the first time. And after that, I passed like 8 challenges with them. And, then I moved on to Top Step Trader, and now I'm with My Fund Futures. And so I got 2 challenges with, or so 2 accounts with My Fund Futures. And then I passed one with Take Profit Trader, but blew it because the trailing drawdown. I didn't understand it. So I was up 2001 trade, went down to break even, and it was a wrap. They sent me the email. I was blown. But anyway, so it took a while to get there. Like my journey, it took literally 2.5 years to get to profitability. But really, like, what the main thing was, I zoned in. Like I really had to zone in. Like, okay, like, what is this? Like, what's the end goal here? Why am I focusing on this? And every time I went back to thinking why, I always remember we were homeless. We didn't have a place to stay. I had to go to the pantry every Thursday. Like I had, all this financial trauma, and I'm not trying to go back. Of course, I'm trusting God. Of course, God is at the forefront, but I'm literally not going back to that. And so I just want to encourage you, man. Like if you're watching this video, always put the why in front of you. And if you don't believe in God, I'm encouraging you, bruh. I'm encouraging you with all my heart, bruh. The only reason I'm profitable is because of Jesus, bro. I'm telling you that right now. There's no fluff. Like, there's no getting around it, no ifs, ands, or buts. He is the only reason I'm profitable, bro. There's so many people that I've traded with along this journey who are not profitable, bro. And they're not submitted as well either. And so I just want to encourage you and leave you with that. Bro, keep your why in front of you, man. Don't forget where you came from. I'm telling you, once you do that and focus on the mindset, I ain't even get to that part. We'll do that in another video. But once you do that, you'll see profitability. Man, if you're looking for a community to trade with, we have a Trade With Me, which is literally only $60 a month. And then we also have my free Discord. And of course, my strategies, courses, and everything are already free online. I was charging it, but I felt like God told me to give it away for free. So them things is free. The only reason I charge for the Trade With Me right now is because I need people to have buy-in. If you don't purchase something, however many times you purchase it, it could be one time, continuation, whatever. If you don't purchase it, you're not gonna take it serious. It's like if you want to go to the gym, you got to get a gym membership, But if the gym was free, you probably would. You probably show up. You probably would. I don't know you, but but I know, for some people, man, you need that buy-in to be able to take something serious. And we want serious traders in the community. So if that interests you, man, please go ahead and check that out. The link will be in the description. I'm just really focused on encouraging traders, man, building traders out. I feel like that's my purpose. That's my calling, to be able to build people up, give them hope, give them encouragement. all of that stuff. So, man, I'll see you on the next video. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Peace.